Morning. Welcome to Clickbait and Coffee. I hope everybody's having a good Friday. I'm excited it's Friday because I've got a ton of stuff to do this weekend. Is anybody in here yet? Let me know that I'm live. But yeah, it's Friday. The rain. Let's look and see what the rain's going to do today. I know it came a hell of a storm yesterday here when I was working. So today we got 75% chance of rain, and then Saturday's 90% chance of rain. So that kind of stinks. But guys, you know how this works. Put some stuff in the chat. We'll talk about it. Hey, local prepper, appreciate you being here, buddy. But yeah, put some stuff in the chat. Let's talk, see what y'all are doing. I'm going to tell you what I've been up to and all that fun stuff. One thing, we didn't have a live. Morning, Mike. We didn't have a live on Tuesday. I apologize for that. I got up. I had a major gout flare up, and I just felt like crap. I mean, my toe was hurting something horrible, and I just did not feel like it. I was like, I've got to go to the doctor. I called my doctor, got an appointment, went in. They gave me a couple shots and some medicine for it, and I pretty much came back on Tuesday and fell asleep. So I slept for about half the day, and finally my toes started feeling better. And I'm probably 90% right now. The gout is in my big toe this time. Sometimes it'll go in my ankles or my big toe. And I tell you what, if you've not experienced gout is one of I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, honestly. So that's why we didn't have a live on Tuesday. I apologize for that. Good morning, Miss Sharon. Thanks for being here. And Bill, good morning. I appreciate all of you being here. Tell me what y'all got going on this weekend, what y'all been up to, and we'll talk about that. Calvin, and if you don't know, Calvin is our new bull calf. He was born last Wednesday, so he's a week old right now. Calvin is doing good. I decided to name him Calvin. So Calvin's doing good. It's funny, when my mom was raised on a beef farm in the next county over, so she grew up with beef cattle and showing them and all that. And I called my mom and was like, hey, we got a new calf. And she was like, I will be up there. So she came up Sunday. Yeah, she came over Sunday and wanted to play with the calf. So she played with the calf and the cow. Had a great time. So, and then my brother and his girlfriend came over and played with the calf and all that on Sunday too. So got that. He's doing good. And then Saturday we had our sheep and lamb processing class. That was a super good class. We had a real good time. Jacob Peterson, he's got a YouTube channel, and Jacob has Exodus Knife and Tool, where he sells some custom knives that he's got. But Jacob came by. He shot a ton of video for it. So Jacob's going to do a video on it. His YouTube is Jacob B. Peterson. So be watching out for that. There'll be a video on it. I think we had 6 people attend the workshop. We did 2 lambs, processed 2 lambs, got those guys in the freezer. We did my stupid scale, and I don't know. I bought the cheapest scale. They're one of the cheap scales off Amazon. It's a crane scale is what they call it, because I think it'll do 2,000 pounds, and we needed a big one for when we do a beef. But that stupid thing, I don't know what. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It didn't. It didn't want to work Saturday, so I'm like, forget it. We got other stuff to do. But so we didn't get a weight on those guys. But I'll see if I can post some pictures. If I've got some pictures of those lamb chops, they were some good looking lamb chops. But we did that. Put 2 lambs in the freezer. Everybody had a good time. Everybody learned some stuff. And that's one of the cool things about coming to these classes that we offer. A lot of people had never processed any animals before, and we always kind of ask them, hey, What did you learn? Do you think it was worth it? Do you feel confident that you could take an animal and do that? And most of the people, by and large, they're like, yes, I feel pretty confident in processing an animal. And I always tell them, and Shelly tells them too, it's like worst case that's going to happen is you're going to wind up with a lot of ground meat. You know, like you're going to wind up with a lot of ground lamb. If you do a beef, you're going to wind up with a lot of ground beef. Or if you do a pig, you're going to wind up with a lot of ground pork or a lot of sausage. So that's kind of worst case scenario. You're still putting food in your freezer. So everybody had a good time. I had a good time. I love teaching people, especially butchering stuff, because we do so much of it. It's I love teaching people that kind of stuff, showing them the cuts and everything like that. And Miss Sharon, I am taking care of myself. I'm about 90% on my toe. So Bill, not doing much today and the rest of the weekend. We lost a great man and dear friend before yesterday. He had a heart attack. Bill, I'm sorry to hear that. We'll be praying for you on that. I hate hearing stuff like that. Grit and Grace, good morning. And yeah, and Bill says, I'm pretty concerned about how his widow, she's been in bad health for several years. Yeah, that's the bad thing. And you kind of see it a lot in people like that. As soon as one of them dies, the other one goes downhill a lot real quick, and they end up passing away pretty quick. But Bill, I hate hearing that. So another thing, guys, don't forget, tickets are going good for the festival. We're selling a bunch of tickets for it. We have actually got 2 more classes or 2 more workshops that I have not put on the website yet. One of those, Jay with Prepared Citizens, is going to do a land navigation workshop for us. I talked to him. He's going to do that on kind of your basic land navigation. And then also we've got a guy that's going to come in and do a chainsaw hands-on workshop. We haven't got all the details done with it, exactly what's going to happen, but I do know he's going to go over like basic maintenance, basic operation, what you should look for in purchasing a chainsaw, as far as the maintenance, what to look for on it, how to use it, chainsaw safety, all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be a nice workshop, because I know a lot of people, I know a chainsaw is one of the things that I use all the time on the homestead. You're constantly cutting limbs, doing stuff like that. Actually, this weekend when we get a break in the weather, I've got some limbs that I've got to cut over on the neighbor's property. We had a big tree. The neighbor had a big tree fall down. It fell on some of my polywire fence, so I just have not had a time to go out there and cut it up yet, but I'm going to. So I've got to cut that thing up sometime this weekend and get it going, because I need to move the animals over on the neighbor's property. And I tell you what, with as much rain as we got, this grass is growing like gangbusters. I mean, over on the neighbor's property, we've got grass that is between it's over knee height tall right now. So we're going to get the animals over there in those different paddocks and start grazing those guys and get them going. And Hatfield, Homestead, how are y'all? They're headed to the Homestead Festival in Millersburg. Yeah, Jeff Smith is doing its Heartland Self-Reliance Festival is going on this weekend. It starts today, and I think it runs Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but that's in Millersburg, Ohio. I think it's Self-Reliance the Heartland Self-Reliance Festival.com, I think, is the website on that. But yeah, that should be a good one. I just don't have time to go. I've got so much stuff going here and so much stuff I need to do. I wanted to go, but it's not in the cards this year. So, but yeah, today I've got a stinking busy day today. We've got, when I get done with this, I've got to run to Owensboro, Kentucky, which Owensboro is about an hour away. I've got to go up there and look and pick out granite for a bathroom we're doing. The homeowner, I asked her, I'm like, hey, are you free on Friday to run to Owensboro with me and look at granite? And she was like, there's no way that I can get away. She's getting ready for a derby party. And that's another thing. Kentucky Derby's this weekend. I could care less about it, but everybody's making a big to-do. I think the Oaks is today, and then the Derby is tomorrow. But she's like, there's no way I can go. I'm like, hey, I've got time to go up there, look at the granite, pick some stuff out. Do you trust me? And she was like, yes. She said, go up there. She said, I trust what you're going to pick out. You know the colors I like. So I'm going to run to Owensboro, pick out granite, and get those guys going on the granite for this bathroom. And then after that, I have a meeting with one of the guys. He's an auctioneer that comes to church with us, Steve Cherry, super nice guy. I talked to him the other day at church, and we're doing the charity auction for Caleb House, which is Bear TJ. It's his sex trafficking or his restoration facility that they're building in Oklahoma for the kids that they rescue from sex trafficking rings. So we're doing a charity auction Saturday night of the festival to benefit Caleb House. And I asked Steve, I'm like, hey, could you be our auctioneer and help me out with this? And he was like, yes, he said, that sounds awesome. I want to do that. So I've got to meet him as soon as I get back from Owensboro. We're going to go over details of that, see what we need to do to start advertising it and everything like that. So my day is going to be pretty busy. And once I get done with that, we have no ball games because of rain. So I want to try to come home and relax for a little bit while it's raining. But I'll probably wind up working in the shop, honestly. So, and Bill, the weather is coming again, Jason. Thunderstorms just passed about a half an hour ago here in Jackson. Yeah, we're going to start. It looks like, I think, it looks like about 4 o'clock is what they're saying. Saying for us is when it's going to start raining here. Camo Dad, hey, good to see you in here on a live. Picking ramps and listening. I appreciate you being here. And yeah, Camo Dad, I think everybody's having a pretty good morning. Some of us are getting some rain and stuff like that. We're going to get rain later on this afternoon, and then pretty much it looks like all day Saturday. But Sunday is going to be nice. And we've got pretty much half the day on Sunday we'll be at church. We've got the kids-led ministry to where all the kids from first grade to sixth grade do all the stuff for church service. So we're helping out with that. So we've got to be, they're doing all 3 services. So we'll be at all 3 services doing that. Linda, is there a schedule of workshops/speakers yet? Linda, there is not. Shelly is working on that. Shelly's actually in Millersville at the at that festival that's going on. I think her and Randy, I think, went up there yesterday, and they're going to be up there all weekend. We're working on it. We'll get it out as soon as possible. She gave me the rough draft the other day. I've looked at it. So we'll have it out, I would say, first part of next week, something like that. So hang in there with us, and we'll get it as soon as we can. Bill, the clouds are very strange looking with the added swirls in them. It's probably because some of the stuff that they're spraying in the sky, I bet. The chemtrails. So I did not look yesterday to see if there's a bunch of chemtrails before all the weather came in, but I could almost guarantee you that there was chemtrails before. Camo Dad. Wife said it's raining in New York, sunny and 60. That doesn't sound bad. It's overcast here, and it looks like it could rain any minute. So heck, you never know. Hey, one other thing. Go check out the website, KentuckySustainableLiving.com. We've got tons of medical gear and first aid supplies in stock, ready to ship out. I just ordered a bunch of our vehicle medical bags and a bunch of our IFAC bags. So they're sitting there ready to ship. We've got tourniquets, gauze, Band-Aids, everything is all in stock, ready to ship. I don't think there's anything that we don't have in stock. Everything is pretty well there. the vehicle med bags are going pretty quick. The IFACs are going pretty quick. I made a big order, and I've got a ton of bags sitting there, so they're ready to go and ready to ship out. So, all right, couple things that I've looked at. That I looked at in the news the other day, and some of the stuff I've heard. I was listening to podcasts yesterday while I was working. I laid tile all day yesterday. All right. All these people have been burning Tesla cars and defacing Tesla dealerships and all this kind of stuff. This person, it's a man, 19-year-old Owen McIntyre. I think that's his last name. He was a suspect. This was in Missouri. He torched 2 Cybertrucks and did a few other things. What they've got, he was in federal custody with charges. The charges were unlawful possession of a destructive device and malicious damage to property by fire. So essentially, this guy torched 2 Teslas and did a few other things. They had him in federal custody for this. The judge lets him off, or lets him out of federal custody, because his lawyer argued that him being, and I'm reading this, Tesla arson suspect released from custody because it would interrupt sex change treatments. Let that sink in for a minute. The guy was in federal custody for these charges, these felony charges, and his lawyer argued to let him out of custody because it would interfere with his sex change treatments. That's the world we're living in right now. That's a judge that is total liberal, retarded judge is doing this. Why are you going to do that? So, yeah, Grit and Grace, wow. Greg, good morning. Glad to have you in here. But yeah, so the guy commits a crime, is in custody for felony stuff, and his lawyer's like, hey, we can't keep him. Y'all can't keep him in custody because it's going to interfere with his mental, his what is it? Mental, is sex change. So, I mean, the guy has got mental problems, honestly. That's my personal preference. It used to be a mental disorder, is what they classified it as years ago. So, warning to everybody, if the feds pick you up on charges, get your lawyer to tell them that you need to be released because you're undergoing sex change therapy. I don't know how much more ludicrous we can get. It's just totally stupid. I do not understand where the world's coming and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, Miss Sharon, he needs a heart change. Exactly. So, and then Mike, yeah, sex change would be cheaper and easier with a pair of loppers. Yes, Mike, it would. And Camo Dad says, wife is in Kentucky at the farm. I'm working tonight and then headed back to Kentucky. That sounds good. But yeah, exactly like Mike, take a pair of loppers, cut those babies off, and then you got your sex change right there. So I don't know. But then you look at it, maybe he could have stayed in federal custody and then let us taxpayers pay for his sex reassignment and sex change. I mean, Lord knows they're doing that in prisons right now, but that's just the ludicrous stuff that's going on, part of it that's going on in the country. I do not understand it. I don't think I'll ever understand it, honestly. So give me some of your comments on that, what you think about that. But the takeaway from it, if you get picked up and get arrested, tell them they can't hold you because you're having sex change surgery and you need to be out. And yeah, and Grit and Grace said pitiful and sad. Yeah, so we're all going to be having sex change surgeries when we get picked up. Yeah, and Miss Sharon, we're probably paying for it either way. Exactly. Yeah, Bill said I just bought a new pair of hedge clippers. I can help him out. Exactly. I mean, we could just go ahead and band him like we do the sheep and the bulls. So, yeah, and then Grit and Grace. And you got the poor guy that just talked about the key card has terminal cancer and the judge won't let him out. Yeah, exactly. I don't understand it. You know, you've got terminal cancer, they won't let you out of custody, but hey, I want to go chop my wiener off, and they're going to be like, oh, great, you know, get at it and let's go. Let's get you out so you can do whatever, cut your tallywhacker off or do whatever. So that's the crazy world we're living in. Miss Sharon, it's hard for me to think it's all mental illness. It looks and sounds just like plain evilness. Yes, I think part of it is evilness, but I think part of it is where these kids have been brainwashed by all the libs and stuff like that to think that it's okay and stuff like that. I mean, my whole opinion on it is, if you want to, I don't know, if you want to have a sex change, if you want to do this, you want to do that, that's cool. Do it behind closed doors and don't bring it over on my side. So I've always said, you know, I'm pretty much a libertarian. You can do what you want to as long as you don't bring it on my side of the fence. I could live next door to a bunch of vegan people, and I mean, I'm going to have cookouts. I'm going to cook my steak every night and everything like that. They can sit over there and eat their tofu and their rabbit food and all that stuff. I'm not going to give them grief. You know, I'm not going to take a big steak over there and be like, here, you got to eat this steak or you're a piece of shit. As long as they don't come over and bring their tofu and be like, you need to stop eating steak. You need to eat your tofu and become a vegan. I can be total friends with those people, get along with them and everything, as long as they keep their stuff on their side of the fence and I keep my stuff on my side of the fence. And that goes with pretty much everything. Don't try to indoctrinate me. Don't try to indoctrinate my kids. Stop shoving it down our throats. Yeah, Camo Dad, indoctrination for sure. And then Mike said it's a fad. And Miss Sharon, yes, brainwashed by the evildoers. 100% on that. Grit and Grace, screw tofu. I'll be happy and eat a steak. Exactly. Camo Dad, bad families, kids allowed to do what they want to and not understanding life. Exactly. I mean, that the kids, it comes from these kids not being disciplined and not knowing right from wrong, in this what do they call it, gentle parenting, to where the kids pretty much get to do what they want to and they never get in trouble. I've seen kids like that. It's like they run all over their parents. Their parents never tell them no, anything like that. And it's like, you need to whip that kid's ass is what needs to happen. It's straight up smack his ass good and let him know what's going on. And that'll do a lot for a kid right there. So I know a lot of times with my son, I can snap my fingers or just call his name and he's like, ooh, I got busted. So not that he's a bad kid, but every kid's going to do some things that they're not supposed to be doing. And he knows right from wrong, knows when he's doing bad stuff. So not that he does a lot of bad stuff, but he knows when he shouldn't be doing something. But a lot of it does come with the parenting. And then also the liberals trying to break the family up. You know, they don't want mom and dad, the nuclear family, like the way God intended it to be, you know, a mom and a dad raising kids. They just don't want that. They want the dad out of the house, the mom doing this, and then there's no male presence to raise, especially the boys, and have a father figure in there. So, and then Bill, I thought that arson was in fact a federal crime, and lawyers are stated using the whole sex change issue as a loophole to justify even federal crimes and mental illness. It said it was a federal crime, and he was facing federal charges. So I don't know. Some of these stupid lawyers, I mean, they can get some stuff, but realistically, that was in the judge's hands. That was the judge's call. So I don't know about that. I'm not a lawyer and didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. So I'll read a little bit more in that today. Yes, Grit and Grace, apply hand to ass. That, I tell you what, I smarted off to my mother one time when I was younger, and she reached over and smacked me in the mouth, and that was the last time I backtalked and said anything like that to my mom. So it took one good time, and I'm like, okay, I was like, if that's what's coming, I'm not going to talk back to my mom, guaranteed. So, and then Forrest, I worked for the Department of Justice and the federal prison system. Once Trump took office, we put the correct sex in the correct prisons and stop all the gender affirming care. Right there, Forrest, that is awesome to hear. I think that's the way it ought to be. I mean, the whole sex change and all this stuff, that's just a mental disorder, in my opinion. But hey, if you want to do it and keep it on your side of the fence or keep it in your house and don't shove it down my throat. I mean, if you want to run around in ladies' panties and do whatever, do it to it. It's whatever you want to do. So just don't bring it over and try to get my kids to do it. Yeah, Grit and Grace. Kids always act different when dad is home. Where'd he go? Versus just mom. Yeah, and I tell you what, my wife is sometimes more strict than I am, to be honest with you. So, and then Miss Sharon, yeah, Forrest, as it should be. And Forrest, and I'm in Ohio about to head to the festival. Forrest, let me know how that goes. Shelly is up there, Shelly and Randy, and then I know Darren and Patty are up there too. So once you get up there and tell me give me a text and let me know how it's going. So then Camo Dad, let me see. They destroyed African American families by pushing dads out of the house. Everyone is being destroyed by parents working 2 jobs and anything goes. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they did that. If you look at the incentives of, the single mothers on food stamps and all the government assistance and stuff like that, there's incentives for the women to have more kids and not to get married. So the woman's going to have babies, and then the dad's not going to be there. They're not going to get married, and they don't want the dad in the house. And then if the lady gets married, their subsidies are going to go down. So you're getting rewarded for having more kids and getting rewarded and making more money from us taxpayers if you don't get married. So it's all a screwed up system. I think it was Ronald Reagan said, what was it? What was it? The food stamps or something like that. The government was a safety net, not a hammock. So I agree with that. Greg Skeens, we're headed to Lehman's now and probably drop in at the festival tomorrow. Greg, let me know how it goes. I'm kind of upset I'm not getting to go, but I just got too much stuff going. I could not take the whole weekend to run up there. And yeah, Camo Dad, exactly. More money to be single, Big Daddy government. Yeah. And then, yeah, Grit and Grace, just like going to school, you have more opportunities being a single mom than married. Exactly. Which then, they're talking about, I don't know. It's the government is so screwed up that I don't know. Without having a total reset, I don't know if there's a good way to fix it, honestly. One of the first things I think they should do, and we have gone down a rabbit hole for sure this morning. I think one of the first things they should do, if you're getting any kind of government support, anything whatsoever, if you're getting anything from food stamps to your housing paid for you, even to farmers that are getting subsidies for stuff. Any kind of government assistance, period, that you're getting, I think you should have to do random drug testing, period. You pop the first time on a drug test, you get a slap on the wrist. So I go in there and I pop, let's just say I'm getting government assistance. I go in and pop on a drug test. They come to me and they say, hey, this is your one chance to right the ship. If you pop again on a drug test, you are not going to have any government assistance whatsoever for the next 10 years. I think that's fair. The second time you pop on it, they come and take all your stuff, all your government assistance is taken away from you, and they tell you, hey, by next month, you're not getting any more money. Your house, if you're getting free housing, Section 8 housing, they're going to say, hey, by the end of the month, you got to get all your shit out, period. That would solve a lot of it. And that would solve it even too with the farmers. Anybody. And then the thing is, people can't come in and be like, oh my gosh, you're doing this just to the poor downtrodden people that need it, or you're doing it to the black families, or you're doing it to the Mexican families. You're just a racist because there's more black families in Section 8 housing and getting food stamps than there are white families. They can't say it because if you look at it statistically, there's more white farmers than black farmers. That's just a statistic there. So if you did it across the board, anybody that's getting any kind of government money is subject to drug testing. And then nobody could fuss about it because there's white people, there's black people, there's yellow people, there's green people, there's purple people. Anybody that's getting government money, that is nipped in the bud. You could fix a ton of stuff right there, and then stop giving people money for having babies. I mean, that's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard of is like, yeah, keep having more kids and you get more money. How about we just sterilize your ass and you can't have any more kids? Because my whole thing is, if you can't afford to have kids, you shouldn't have kids, and I shouldn't have to pay for your damn kids that you're having when you're broke ass. Bottom line. So tell me your comments on that. Just tell me what you think about that. What are some other good solutions that we could come up with? So, all right. One of the other things that I was looking at in the news, apparently Wednesday, Trump had been talking about, grit and grace right there. Exactly. If you can't feed them, don't breed them. Exactly. 100%. But apparently, let me see. This would be a good time to hit the thumbs up button. Exactly. The military got red for paying for kids a long time ago. They pay as much. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, apparently on Wednesday, Ukraine has signed the mineral deal. And essentially Trump had been pushing this. The way I understood it, Trump is wanting the United States to have access to the rare earth minerals and oil and gas in Ukraine. So it's going to give us, and it's called the United States Ukraine Reconstruction Investment Fund. So apparently the synopsis of it is the U.S. and Ukraine are going to go in 50-50 to mine these rare earth minerals, and oil and gas, and going to split everything 50-50. And what some of the people are saying is that Trump's doing this, and this is in exchange for military support for Ukraine. So a lot of people are saying that essentially this is showing Russia that Trump wants peace and he wants Ukraine to be its own sovereign country and for the war to stop. So, I don't know. I could not find what the taxpayers, because when people say the U.S. is going to invest in something, the U.S. is not investing in something. The taxpayers are the ones that are investing in stuff. So, it didn't say how much this was going to cost us in extra debt to our kids, our grandkids, or our great-grandkids in this. I can kind of see both sides of this. Yes, it would be great because we've got China is one of the major producers, and we talked about this before, was one of the major producers for rare earth minerals that we're importing from them. Right now, with the tariffs and all that, I know China has cut back on the rare earth minerals that we can get. So that's just another outlet for us to get rare earth minerals and oil and gas. Not that we need oil and gas, because we're sitting on, I don't know how much oil and gas, and that's the thing. Everybody's like, oil is a fossil fuel. It's not a renewable energy source. If you really look into it and study it, the Rockefellers came in and wanted to call it a fossil fuel because they said it was made by the dinosaurs. It's not a renewable resource, so we've got to make it scarce so we can charge more money for it. But in my personal opinion and what I've read, oil is a renewable resource. It keeps replenishing itself, so I don't think we're ever going to run out of oil, honestly. We're going to have oil from here to eternity, in my opinion. So, but the deal, I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it. It's like, how much money are we going to invest in Ukraine after we've already give billions and billions of dollars in military aid to them? We need to be seeing some return. If it was me, I would have back charged it, been like, hey, we've already sent $100 billion over here. So we get the first $100 billion of this rare earth minerals. We get those. So, and then once you've paid us back, then we can start splitting everything 50-50. That would have been what I would have done personally. But I look at it as a business thing. Who knows what's going to happen over there? Personally, my opinion on this is they need to get Zelensky out and get a fair election and have somebody that's been fairly elected as the leader of Ukraine before this goes in, because we all know Zelensky's crooked as can be. Ukraine is just a place that the liberals have been laundering money for years and years and years, and then doing, you never hear anything about it anymore, but the bioweapons labs and all that, you don't hear anything about that. But there's been some dirty stuff going on in Ukraine, and until Ukraine gets cleaned up, I wouldn't get in bed with them personally. So that's just me. And then also, what is it? Now Trump, or now Russia, it seems that Russia, after Ukraine has signed this with the United States, that Russia is wanting to come and start talking peace more straight with Ukraine. So who knows? There might be a great mineral deal. We make out big in rare earth minerals and all that, and we get peace in Ukraine and the war stops. I don't know. What's y'all's opinion on it? I would like to hear it. I've got mixed feelings on it, honestly. The last thing I kind of looked at, and you've probably seen it, it was April 22nd in Kashmir. There was a terrorist attack. And it's India and Pakistan going back and forth. India and Pakistan are both nuclear powers. They both got nukes. And everybody's saying now, watch that India and Pakistan might pop off, and that might pop off World War III. I mean, anytime something happens, everybody's like, oh, this might pop off World War III. I don't know. I know India and Pakistan fight each other all the time. They don't like each other. They get pissed off at stuff. But right now, India's prime minister essentially gave the armed forces almost free reign to do what they wanted to do military-wise against the Pakistanis. So I don't really know what's going to go on there. I'm kind of looking at it here and there. Like I said, a lot of people are like, hey, that's going to pop off World War III, and World War III is going to start there. But those guys are always pissed off at each other and always fighting and stuff like that. So it might be a big nothing burger. But those are the things that I'm kind of looking at. I'm going to listen to a podcast on my way to Owensboro today and get a little bit more scoop and stuff like that. So, guys, we've got 11 of us in here, it looks like. Tell me what y'all got planned, and we'll hang out for a few more minutes before I've got to run to Owensboro. And, also, hopefully this weekend, if we can do it between rain showers, I'm going to get the Bear Creek Arsenal their AR-10 and 308. I'm going to get it out, shoot it, do a video on it. I do have my Condition 1 case came in. Miss Sharon, I'm beginning to think the Russian mess is more bread and circus. It probably is. I mean, if Russia really wanted to take Ukraine, Russia's got a huge military. They could have went in there, just stomped a mud hole in Ukraine and been done with it. I just don't understand why they've been playing around this long. So, Grit and Grace, sending most of my cattle for sale tonight. Grit and Grace, why are you getting rid of most of them? Is it because cattle prices are stupid right now? I saw some feeder steers went for $4 something a pound. I forgot what stock market is. It's somewhere in the Midwest. It was $4 something a pound is what these things went for. It was crazy. Camel Dad, he's got one at 7.62 by 39. Do you like it? This is the first Bear Creek AR that I've got, so I'm going to try it out and see how it does. And Mike Shepard finishing up a big order of strings to take to a big shoot this weekend. That's cool. And if hey anybody, hey Mike, put the name of your bowstring company in the chat. If y'all need, Mike does traditional bowstrings for longbows and does some pretty nice ones. So if y'all need, if you're shooting traditional longbows, Mike can make you some strings. They're grass cattle size and they're bringing big bucks. That's what I thought, Grit and Grace. I mean, they're bringing big money right now. I'm Ginger, the Hereford that I got that just had the calf. She's going to go live with one of my buddies that lives right beside my mom. So my mom can go down there and see Ginger whenever she wants to. So we're going to do that. And the deal we're working out, he's going to take care of her. She's going to stay at his place. And then once we sell the calf, we're going to split the calf. So it's a good deal each way. And Camo Dad, I think Russia's military is not as strong as they said. I don't know, but you figure a small little country like Ukraine, they could just go in there and just mop the floor with them. But who really knows? I mean, we don't know exactly what's going on with the Russians. We don't know everything they've got. We don't know everything Ukraine has got. And I mean, we're not over there. I don't believe half or anything hardly that I see on the news and take it for the gospel. So we just have to rely on what's going on. I mean, I don't have boots on the ground in Ukraine to tell me actually what's going on over there. And then Miss Sharon, if they nuke each other, what's going to call and check on me 9 times a day? Exactly. Yes. If they do, who is going to do our customer service? Who's going to do our extended warranty? Honestly, it might be a good thing. Then we wouldn't have those phone calls of, buy your extended warranty and this kind of stuff. That's the comment of the day right there. Camo Dad, I haven't had horrible issues, but not a lot of rounds downrange. All right. I'd be interested to see. I'm thinking about getting one of theirs in 5.56 after I shoot this 308 and trying it out. Vietnam, my friend. Yeah, Mike is traditional premier bowstrings. So check Mike out. Won the battles and lost the war. Yeah, exactly. So, but guys, yeah. And what I was getting at, my Condition 1 case, probably Saturday when it's raining, there's not a whole lot to do. I want to get my brother to come up here, and we're going to cut. I got the Condition 1 case to fit my Starlink. My brother is a lot better at all the little tedious stuff on cutting the foam and making it fit just right than I am. I get pissed off, and I'm like, it's close enough. And but he'll probably come up here Saturday and help me do it. We'll shoot a video on it. I think on that Starlink, I've got the Starlink standard, and it runs on 120 volts. Or you can buy one of the adapters to where I think it's 56 volts is what the Starlink runs on. You can buy one of those adapters. I think it's a couple $100. I really don't want to spend that. So what I'm going to do is I've got a small 400 watt inverter. I'm going to put that in there. And I've seen some of the guys, they'll cut holes in and put the little waterproof cable locks and all this stuff on there. I'm like, I really don't want to drill into this case. I mean, that case was not cheap whatsoever. It's an expensive case. I was like, I don't want to drill holes in this and compromise the waterproof integrity of it, even though these are, quote, outside or outdoor rated plugs and stuff like that. So probably what I'm going to do is just just cut out a place for that little inverter. So if I want to run it off a battery, I can pull the inverter out, hook the inverter to a 12-volt battery, and then just plug everything in to the Starlink. And you don't have to cut anything, do anything like that. And that Condition 1 case still stays, I think it's an IP67 rating on it. So it still stays waterproof, dustproof, and all that. Because my plan with that Condition 1 case, I spent the money for it to where I could take the Starlink, throw it in the bed of the truck and drive and do whatever I wanted to. It could sit in the bed of the truck, get rained on all that stuff and not have to worry about it getting wet and messed up. So I'm probably not going to drill any holes in that brand new case. I know some of the companies are selling them where they do it, but I'm not a fan of that, honestly. So we got that. And then I've got, the other day I got sent, it's a internet service that runs off cell phone. And I've got the little router and all that kind of stuff. I've got to get it out, get it activated, and start messing with it. So, but guys, that's all I've got for the day. I am going to run to Owensboro here in a minute. I got a couple things to do, and then I want to scoot up there. Guys, go check out the website. If you need any kind of first aid medical stuff, we have everything in stock, ready to ship out as soon as you order it. We'll get the orders out fairly quick that day most of the time. But go check that out if you need medical stuff. Also, if you're going to come to the festival, get your tickets. And then, since it is May now, the April contest to win the Refuge Medical class is done. Since Shelly will be out of town, I think she's coming back Monday. Maybe Thursday night we might do a live to draw the winner. So be watching out for that. But we'll put it up, and we'll give you enough notice to get on here. But Shelly and I will do a live to pick the winner to win the Refuge class. But yeah, guys, go check out the website, get your tickets. Schedule should be up soon. Get your tickets. If you need any medical stuff, get it. Let me know if you got any questions. Shoot me an email. And then, hey, Grit and Grace, you have a good day too. And Grit and Grace, I have not forgot about your comfrey. In between rain showers this weekend, I will go get some of that comfrey and get it dug and sent to you. So it's going gangbusters. I've got comfrey. That comfrey out there, most of my comfrey is over 2 feet tall right now. I mean, it's just crazy. That, and we've got strawberries. It's already early for us, but strawberries went down there. My youngest one went down there, and he's like, Dad, there's strawberries everywhere. So we've already got berries coming out. They're not as sweet as they were last year for some reason, but it's still early. I'm hoping some more of this rain is going to bring the sugar content up in them. I mean, they didn't taste like crap or anything. They just weren't as sweet as last year. So we got berries. I'll probably start picking some berries maybe Sunday if we got a little bit of time. But let's see, Bill. My pigs were bred again yesterday morning. No piglets for a little while longer. Awesome. Bill, let me know when you get some piglets. I want to see some pictures of those jokers. But guys, I appreciate y'all being here, and I will be back here next Tuesday, and I appreciate all of you being here. If you need anything, get a hold of me. We can hook you up, and y'all have a good weekend, and I appreciate you. Bye.